Well, today we start a new Old Testament book, the book of Daniel. Really exciting book, as a matter of fact. We get a lot of our prophecy from the book of Daniel. We got our exact bearings in Daniel from the first 7 verses, leaving no doubt whatsoever regarding the time and place. There were 3 major invasions by the Babylonians of the Palestine area. The first was the one here in which Daniel was taken in 605 BC. He was taken as an exile back to Babylon. That invasion took place during the reign of Judah's king Jehoiakim. The second one was in 597 BC when King Jehoiakim, the son of Jehoiakim, surrendered to the Babylonians and was deported along with all the other influential people in Jerusalem and Judah. At that point, Zedekiah became the puppet king by Babylonian appointment, the puppet king of Jerusalem and Judah at that very time. After Zedekiah got too big for his britches and rebelled against the Babylonian rule, Jerusalem fell under its final siege in 587-586 BC and was destroyed by the Babylonians. And that's the end of the southern kingdom. Those last years are recorded, by the way, in 2 Kings chapters 24 and 25. Now, Jeremiah in Jeremiah 25:11 prophesied that the exiles would serve the Babylonians for 70 years. They did so again in Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 10. And it's true that the Jews began returning to Jerusalem under the Persian king Cyrus in 535, 536 or so BC, following the defeat of the Babylonians. And by the way, that was 70 years after the captivity, that first captivity of Daniel in 605 BC, down to 535 BC, 70 years. Well, that's the question that Daniel's pondering when he begins writing this prophecy. Of course, he was exiled and taken to the king's palace and trained to be one of those wise men, as a matter of fact. But then there's this dream in chapter 2 that Nebuchadnezzar has, and it turns out that only Daniel can fit the bill on interpreting that dream. That's what's in today's reading, and we'll see you tomorrow.